All right, Schlockmeister fans, continuing with the Friday the 13th 10, we're going to watch the 9th movie, Jason Goes to Hell. Let's check it out. Our movie starts out with a woman in the woods finding her way to a cabin. After getting undressed and taking a shower, she then gets out and runs into Jason. It's almost as if she was looking for him. Turns out that she was. After a brief chase outside, it's a trap. They start blasting the crap out of Jason. That ought to do it.
Well over 100 bullet wounds.
The corner.
Varying caliber.
So wouldn't you know it, Jason's heart starts to pump on its own. Post-mortem. That ain't normal. And something possesses the corner to eat it. Basically, wherever that heart is, you get possessed by Jason. So with Jason alive again, immediately starts killing.
Drowned in Camp Crystal Lake at the tender age of 11. Sadly, he did not.
This is Robert Campbell.
Since then, he's been responsible for 83 confirmed murders.
Not Jason. That body he's wearing, it's just me.
This is Creighton Duke.
Boy knows how to dress. He wears other people's bodies like folks wear a suit.
Kill Jason Voorhees. I need you to help me.
Jason Voorhees is dead.
Aaron Gray plays Diane, his half-sister.
I know he's not. And he's coming for you.
Take him out of my car.
So Diane is Jason's half-sister.
He's coming for you, Diana. And your daughter.
Hitchhiking kids.
Oh yeah. Planning on smoking a little dope, having a little premarital sex, and getting slaughtered?
The guy was just joking, of course, but he drops them off. They were looking to camp, and they're going to camp in the old area where Crystal Lake was. Outside in the woods, Jason does what he does best. In the body of the corner now. Moments later, that other couple. Jason's on a roll now. So he took the police officer there, whose woman just got crushed in the car door, took him hostage. And what did he do? He passed the heart from one body to the other. It's now in this guy. He wants to be reborn in the body of Voorhees. That's the only way he can become whole again. This is Steven. Aaron Gray's daughter has a baby with Steven. Well, they're not a couple anymore. Of course, Jason's not dead, but his half-sister now is.
Oh, shit!
There's only one way to put an end to that death. And they don't know the way. The only way to kill Jason Voorhees is to destroy his heart. There's only one person can do that now that Diana's dead. Her daughter. Jason had a sister. Your girlfriend's mother, Diana. Now that she's dead, he has only 2 blood relatives left in the world with the power to kill him.
Body of slain Voorhees woman stolen from morgue. Well, last night, I stole Diana's body and I hid it here in the closet.
That was the slimy TV guy. He's actually married to Jessica, Diane's daughter. Steven is in the house watching all this. And when Jessica comes there, Steven rescues her. Yes, you heard right. Robert stole Diana's body and brought it there. Jessica escapes from Steven. She thinks he's nuts. So they go pick him up, but Jason / Robert is in the house. Stephen escaped, grabbed a gun, and shot Robert / Jason. Of course, Jason's still alive. Those cops no longer are. This guy might live. Party ends up at a diner. They buy some time, get rid of Jason for the moment. A letter from Duke says, "Come to the Voorhees house."
We can send Jason Voorhees straight to hell for all time.
You don't need me for that.
Yes, I do. Jason will have jumped into a new body by now. You can't trust anyone.
It couldn't be Steve.
Anyone. Do you understand?
She ends up stabbing one of the cops, thinking that might be Jason. Of course, there's another one. And they knock him up before he can transfer the heart from one body to the baby. That's how he needs to be reborn. The heart crawls out and crawls on its own. It found its way to the basement where the body of Diane was, the half-sister of Jason, a Voorhees, a family member, and Jason's back.
You will.
Jason grabs Creighton, takes care of him. Jason chases Steven outside where he throws him into a jungle gym and promptly tips it over. Before he can kill Steven, though, Jessica retrieves the knife, dagger, stabs it in Jason. This could be the end of our hero. Looks like someone wants to drag him to hell. All that's left is his mask. And Freddy's arm. Alright, let's talk about Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell. This is the 9th movie in the series. Came out in 1993, I believe. Probably about the 6th time I've seen this movie, maybe. Last time I watched it is when I watched all 12 movies in one day. In fact, I posted a video about that earlier on this channel a few years back. This one, I guess more or less picks up. Well, actually, no, it doesn't really. At the end of part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, he was in a sewer and he was a boy again. I don't know. Anyway, apparently I read something about, like, there was a comic book, or there was a comic book that said something about how Jason became Jason again and like walked back to Crystal Lake. I don't know, some sort of nonsense. But anyway, the movie starts out with a woman who is apparently being used as bait to try to get Jason out of the woods to kill him, to kill her. And she's like by herself. She goes into a cabin in the woods, and next thing you know, she lures Jason out. But before he can kill her, he's jumped by a bunch of like army guys. They're like crawling out of the trees and the woodworks and behind the trees and everything else, and they blow the shit out of him completely. And he's presumed dead at this point. So they're all happy. Jason's body goes to the morgue. The coroner makes a comment about there's like 112 bullet wounds in him of various calibers, that sort of thing. Of course, he's been shot over the years many, many times. But anyway, at some point, Jason's heart is there and it starts beating. The guy is confused. Next thing you know, he is mesmerized by the heart or possessed. Who knows? He bites the heart and like swallows it, eats it. It turns out what's happening is that the heart is still alive, and that basically Jason is going to live through his heart and possess anybody who has that heart. So people eat that heart, and then when he's tired of that body, he can transfer it to another body, kind of like that movie. Oh crap, I forget the name of that movie. It's from the late 80s, The Hidden, which I also think I reviewed. It's kind of like The Hidden. So he goes from body to body, killing everybody along the way. It turns out, though, that, and I don't know how this information is discovered, some guy named Creighton Duke knows this information, but it's never really explained how he knows this. Apparently, Jason has a half-sister played by Erin Gray in this movie, and the only way to kill Jason is to be killed by a Voorhees. has to be a relative. So Erin Gray is alive. She plays Diane, I think was her name. She has a daughter named Jessica, and Jessica has a daughter, a little infant daughter named Stephanie. Those are the three survivors of the Jason bloodline, of the Voorhees bloodline. Well, apparently, according to Creighton, Jason wants to be reborn, but he needs to be in a body of one of his relatives to do that. Also, like I said, only a relative can kill Jason. So he is trying to get a hold of a family member. He ends up killing Erin Gray, but he doesn't try to possess anybody at that point. But later on, Jessica, the daughter, is coming to town. She kind of has this like rat ass husband who runs this TV show, this like celebrity scandal show, whatever. He's kind of a jackass, and they're married. They come to town, and he actually steals his mother-in-law's body, brings it back to the Voorhees house. He wants to film at that house. He says he can convince his wife to do that, blah, blah, blah. Well, Jason bursts in, kills him, and Jason becomes him at one point by putting his heart into this guy's body. Ultimately, what happens is Jason comes to the house. Jessica is there, and the father of Jessica's baby, whose name is Steven. They're not married though. He's there too. There's a big scuffle and everything. Jason, they kill the guy, the husband of, this is very confusing, the husband of Jessica, but he falls to the floor or in the ground or the basement, whatever, and that's where the body of Diane is, Erin Gray, the body he stole. Well, presumably Jason's heart went into that body then, and next thing you know, Jason bursts up through the floor as himself. He is not in Diane's body, he is in Jason's body, so now he's virtually indestructible again. But then a big fight ensues. They go outside, and then Jessica takes the little dagger, this knife thing, and stabs Jason in the heart. Like fireworks start flying everywhere, and he gets sucked down by these giant hands into the ground, presumably going to hell. The last scene in the movie then is Freddy and his finger hands, his knife hands, coming up, grabbing Jason's mask, pulling it down and laughing, and that's how our movie ends. Basically hinting there could be a Jason versus Freddy combination film to come, which did, but it wasn't the next one. Jason X, when he went into space, is next. Anyway, that was a long description for Jason Goes to Hell, the 9th Friday the 13th movie. Again, it was a few years before Jason X came out, but it did come out. Like I said, I've seen this movie 5 or 6 times. Is it good? Yeah, it's a typical Jason film. So I got no problem with it. It's horror, it's bloody, it's got a few nude scenes thrown in, and I enjoy their Friday the 13th movies, I do. So I have no issues with this one. I liked it. There you go. Jason Goes to Hell can be available on this Friday the 13th tin box set. Now, this tin box set was going for hundreds and hundreds of dollars about 5 years ago. However, Shout Factory has released a new box set of all 12 films since then. That one seems to be more sought after now. That one is still available, as is this one. Again, this one is a great box set. Got a lot of cool stuff in here, and you can get this for a relatively decent price now, maybe $100, maybe even less. So check that out. I'll leave a link to that down below, or seek out the Shout Factory one. Click my link down below and see if I can get to the Shout Factory one through Amazon. Check it out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about Jason Goes to Hell. Watch it. Bye.